high school basketball. Another Friday night of exciting action right here on 14 Action Sports. I'm Brian Scrimmager along with the JV boys coach of McMichael High School. It's Mr. Charles Bryant. He will be doing the color commentary tonight. Gordy has to be at a basketball game at Averett College once again. He is their athletic trainer up there, and we can't get him to miss those games. But we should have a pretty good one tonight. And Coach Bryant, as we talked about, you know a little bit more about McMichael High School basketball than I do, but I was talking to Coach Tony Johnson yesterday, and he seemed pretty excited about the team's chances to win this one, especially considering last Friday night's close game up at Morehead.
Well, this is the first year that McMichael has had the guards that have been able to handle Morehead's real vaulted press. So if they don't turn the ball over, protect the ball, it should be a real good game.
Well, on the other hand, you know, the Panthers love to get it out and run, and last Friday night, Coach John Harder said to me, actually yesterday he said to me about last Friday, was he was a little bit surprised that McMichael was running as well. Do you look for them to run again tonight?
Well, I expect they will run tonight simply because of the fact that Morehead's defense will set the tone of the game, and McMichael will have to run. There's no way they can slow it down, not against this press.
Well, now both coaches said that rebounding and turnovers obviously are extremely important in this one, and Coach Johnson told me that they need to rebound the ball a little bit better this Friday night. What do you think about it? They worked a lot on that in practice this week.
Well, looking at the size, McMichael matches up real well with Morehead, and again, I think the whole key is not turning the ball over. 27 turnovers last week was entirely too much.
Well, also, Coach Harder told me that he wants his team to play a little bit better man-to-man defense. Now, you know, you can play good defense, but if you've got a good offense like McMichael seemed, you know, they were really clicking last Friday, except for the turnovers, obviously. But it's hard to play real good man-to-man defense if that offense is working well together.
Well, that's true. Morehead places so much emphasis on their press, and it sometimes does affect your man-to-man because your press, you get so much out of it. And if your press is working, your man-to-man, a team that presses doesn't necessarily play good man-to-man. They're not talking about Morehead in particular, any team. And that's something we'll look at tonight as the game wears on.
Well, is there anything special that you're looking at to happen in this one tonight, knowing Coach Johnson as well as you do?
Well, Coach Johnson has a 9 to 10 man rotation. I would expect that the sophomore players, Rashad Wall and Jason White, will have to play a real good game along with Lamont Franklin. Those are 3 sophomore players that must rise to the occasion and play real good against this pressure defense that Morehead plays.
All right, well, listen, Coach, we appreciate you being here tonight. You're going to be a big help to me after doing that game Monday solo. That was a lot of fun, but tonight, as I said, Coach Charles Bryant from McMichael High School along with us this evening, and we'll come back and have starting lineups and opening tip-off right after this. More high school basketball coming up on 14 Action Sports.
I don't believe it'll fit in the sleigh.
We'll help you, Santa.
Thank you. Ho, 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 ho.
Young's Heat Service and Air Conditioning would like to extend a warm holiday greeting to you and your family over this holiday season.
From the family of the Workplace, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And welcome back. Brian Scrimmager along with Charles Bryant tonight. High school basketball on 14 Action Sports. Glad you're along for this rematch. Ought to be a good one. Last week's game ended in 83-79 Panther victory over Morehead. Let's get this straight. Panther victory over McMichael up at Morehead High School. This Friday night we're at McMichael. Could change things a little bit. Good crowd on hand tonight. And right now let's take a look at the starting 5 for both teams. First of all, for the home Phoenix, they will start Bryant Lowe, Robert Franklin, Rashad Wall, Isaac Welker, and Jason White. On the other side for Morehead, Brad Bonds, Calvin Desjornette, Mike Jumper, Torrey Tucker, and Marty Brodnax will start tonight for head coach John Harder and the Panthers of Morehead High School. Ought to be a good one. You just make sure you stick around for this one tonight. I want to thank all the guys back in the truck. Pee-wee's directing tonight. Kind of a change from there, but have Troy and Paul and Dennis as our camera people this evening. So hopefully they can do a good job as well tonight. We're just about set for this tip-off. And Coach, How important is a good start in this one? Because last week, obviously, Morehead got out to a quick start. McMichael came back a couple times, but just couldn't quite get the job done in the end.
Well, I think that there will be turnovers. Coach Johnson knows this, but he would rather have the turnovers early than late because he'll have a chance to fight back and get in the ball game. So it's going to be turnovers. You'll turn the ball over. And in terms of a good start, hopefully they will get off to a good start. But like I said, just this pressure defense, you'll have a lot of turnovers.
Well, it's good. Hopefully they can make some adjustments while the game is going, not to have to go into the halftime break down by 10 or 12 or 14 like they were last Friday, and can keep it close in the first half tonight and stick it to them in the second half. Tip is controlled by Morehead. Jumper tries a pass, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by McMichael. Morehead will keep a good defensive job by Bryant Lowe. Morehead has it underneath the basket. Mike Jumper inbounds it to Desjornette. Long jumper, missed everything, and coming down with the rebound is Jason White. As you said, he's just a sophomore, and he's going to have to play well this evening.
That's correct. Jason White and Rashad Wall both in the starting lineup of sophomores.
And McMichael on the offensive end. Bryant Lowe misses the jumper. Desjornette comes down with a strong rebound for Morehead. They're in a hurry. Get it to Jumper for three. It is good, and Morehead jumps out on top tonight, 3-0. Last week they let it 10-zip early. Steal on the other end, shot up, no good. And coming down with a rebound will be Morehead, or excuse me, McMichael. I'll get it right here.
Robert Franklin.
Robert Franklin, that's it. On the offensive end, it's Franklin. He's trapped outside, looking for somewhere to go with it. He finally gets it off to Bryant Lowe, and Lowe now trapped out there, and he'll give it to Isaac Welker. Welker at the free throw line, stops and pops, misses it. The rebound will come down to Marty Brodnack. Long pass ahead to Desjornette. He's open. The layup is good, and he's fouled. And that's one thing that McMichael can't let happen tonight. They have to get back on defense.
That's exactly right. What Morehead does is when they get the turnover, they sprint two people, one on the right side, one on the left, and if you're not back, and they will pull up and shoot the three, as Mike Jumper did the first 3 points of the ball game.
Well, they have a chance right here to get another three-pointer the old way, or the conventional way, I guess, as Calvin Desjornette is at the line. We just played 1 minute and 4 seconds in this one, and it's 5-0. Morehead leads it. The free throw off the back of the rim, no good, and Rashad Wall, a good rebound, and he's fouled by Brodnack. And they'll have it down here, right in front of us. We're almost underneath the Morehead basket here in the first half. Rashad Wall will trigger the inbound pass against full court pressure, almost knocked away, but Bryant Lowe comes up with it, and he'll give it to Welker. Welker back, not a Wall, back to Lowe, and Lowe will bring it across the timeline. Double team, pass tip, but Welker will come up with it for McMichael. Now back out front to Robert Franklin, another sophomore in the lineup. Boy, they're going to be good later on, aren't they?
Now, Robert Franklin is a senior.
Well, down here they got the shot to fall. I believe it was Rashad Wall that got the shot.
On the jump shot.
Now 5-2. Jumper stops and pops from 12, missed it short. And Jason White with the defensive rebound. Now I know he's a sophomore. That's what he said before. Robert Franklin now fouled. Going to be called on Brad Bonds. Reached across, and that's a pretty obvious foul there.
Pretty obvious foul. Robert Franklin is an excellent ball handler, senior, along with Bryant Lowe. So, again, like you said, McMichael must get back on defense. Morehead likes to run the ball.
Good look at Coach John Harder at Morehead High School right there as McMichael will trigger the inbounds pass. Robert Franklin underneath his basket having trouble. Got a 5-second call, and that hurts as well. You talked about it, turnovers.
Turnovers, and thus far in the game, 2 turnovers for McMichael within the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Well, you know, last Friday night they really had trouble. They were down 10-0 in the first 2 minutes, and I think the first 4 or 5 times down the court they didn't get a shot up because of turnovers, so they are looking better tonight. Inside to Desjornette, strong move to the basket, good defense block, and now a scramble for the ball, and Morehead's going to keep it. But that good job there by Jason White to get that block.
Jason White's a big, strong kid, all-conference football. He'll be strong on the boards all night long.
Brad Bond's out front, over to Red. Red is hot from the three-point circle, and he got that one. You have to stop that defensively if you're the Phoenix.
That's exactly right. That's a design out-of-bounds play, and they'll shoot that three every time.
And there was a turnover on McMichael, but Morehead comes back as Bonds tried to get it inside to Desjardins. The pass just a little bit too high for Calvin, and it goes out of bounds. And McMichael will take over. 5:42 left in the opening quarter, and it's 8-2 now. The Panthers are on top. Into the lineup now is number 55, Denny Watkins for McMichael, and he has the ball here in the corner, double teamed. He'll get it to Bryant Lowe. Now up to Robert Franklin. Franklin across the timeline, gets bumped, nothing called. Now he'll pop from 17, in and out, no good. Good offensive rebound off the glass, good strong move.
Isaac Wilson. What McMichael will try to do on this press is reverse the ball. They know that Morehead's going to trap. They're going to reverse the ball and pass it around, and so the press will not get adjusted.
Bryant Red is going to shoot the jumper from 12, missed it off the back of the rim, no good, and McMichael's going to get called for a walk. But you as the coach, I want to ask you this. You have two guys fighting for rebounds, can't come up with it. Yeah, it's frustrating, but you have to like to see two guys going after the ball.
That's exactly right. And as a coach, you want the fellas communicating. I got the ball. Someone has to talk. Neither Robert nor Isaac talked that time, and that's the reason you had that turnover.
And now you just had a good-looking shot of Coach Tony Johnson for McMichael. Now back to action. Red pass knocked away. Out of bounds. Last touch by Ryan Smith. He's into the game for the Phoenix as well. Now, Ryan, was he the quarterback on the football team or wide receiver?
Ryan was the quarterback.
Okay. So I called one of their football games against Rockingham County, and I thought that I recognized his name. And good to see a good football player in on the basketball team as well.
As a matter of fact, all conferences junior as a defensive halfback is an excellent athlete.
Morehead on the offensive end. Got some changes in both lineups we'll tell you about. Bryant Red has it out front now for Morehead. He'll drive to the wing. Inside, good pass and a strong move to the basket. Just missed it. Got his own rebound and put it up. And that is Torrey Tucker, and he's a strong one for Morehead. McMichael coming up in a hurry. Pass knocked away. And Morehead again with a fast break pass. Too long for Red, but he'll chase it down in the corner. Three-pointer from jumper. Way short. And Smith with a rebound. Good rebound there by Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith, that's good when your guards can go in and get a rebound like that.
You know, he did an excellent job last Friday as well. Three-pointer by Smith, missed it, but Watkins gets the offensive rebound and put it back and in.
Dottie Watkins, a very steady player.
And a foul down here on, not sure, can't see the number. I believe it's going to be on Robert Franklin, but we'll check and make sure that that is the case. We'll wait for the scoreboard to tell us. It's 10-6, 4:15 left in the opening quarter. High school basketball on 14 Action Sports. Brian Scrimmage along with you tonight. And my color man this evening, a special guest with us, the JV coach, the boys coach over here at McMichael, Charlie Bryant. And Red will set up the offense for Morehead. Down right in front of us on the wing on the right side. Now they'll go the wing on the other side. Jumper drives in, puts it up, rolls around and falls through. That's a tough shot.
Mike Jumper is an excellent athlete, and he'll take that shot every time. Another turnover by McMichael.
And inside, a layup is up and good by Torrey Tucker, and all of a sudden it's an 8-point game. And you don't want to give Morehead the runs. That'll kill you. They were up. They were only up by 2. I'll tell you about this after this down here at this end. Layup is good. Good strong move to the basket by Bryant Lowe.
And now here you see Morehead coming right back, attacking and turning the ball over. That's what McMichael has got to get back. Once they score, Morehead's going to get it out and throw the ball down the court. Throw it to half court. You'll see it all night long.
And they'll love to run with it. But what I was going to say, Smith last week did a great job on the boards. As you said, the guard, it's good to see him rebound. And he did a great job on the boards. But I was also going to say you can't let Morehead get into the runs. They've got a turnover down here because last week they were up by 2 in the fourth quarter. Then all of a sudden they were up by 15. And that really hurt. We've got a foul down here on Ryan Smith. And going to the line will be Calvin Desjardins. But I was saying the runs, if you're Morehead, you just have to keep, or excuse me, if you're McMichael, you just have to keep Morehead from getting those 10, 12-point runs.
That's exactly right, because that's how you build up a lead. And again, the turnovers will create those runs. unofficially, probably about 8 for McMichael already. And that's still with 3:22 on the clock.
Well, as you talked about, that really hurt them last Friday night. 27 turnovers, yet they only lost by 4 to an extremely good Morehead team.
Well, and the thing about that, what you have to understand is obviously that Morehead was not converting baskets. So that's the thing. The turnovers don't hurt you unless the other team is scoring. Tonight, Morehead is converting, and that's the reason the score is 8-14.
Desjornette hits the second of 2, and it's now 15-8 with 3:22 left in the quarter. Pass stolen away by Desjornette. Gets it out front. Shot up from 10 is no good, and Rashad Wall, good, strong rebound. And they'll bring it up now, and bringing it up is Lamont Franklin. Franklin to Lowe. Back to Franklin. They'll set up the offense against that tough man-to-man pressure. The Panthers are good at that. Ryan Smith way out near the center circle. He'll drive, stop, and pop from 15. Now that is a tough shot.
Excellent shot. Excellent shot. Morehead's off, running back down the court.
Bonds will try to put it up. Missed it too hard off the glass, but Calvin Desjornette there for the putback. And it's now 17-10. And in a hurry on the other end, Lamont Franklin gets triple team, loses it. Bonds comes up with it. They're in a hurry again to Desjornette. Dribble it off his foot, and Ryan Smith comes up with a loose ball for McMichael. Now he's stopped, and he'll get it up to Watkins. Watkins in the front court to Lowe. Lowe pulls it back out, tries to get it inside. It's loose. Watkins came up with it. Missed it. Oh, but that is great.
Rashad Wall. Excellent shot.
17-12 now, as you just saw the score flash up on your screen. Rebounding was the key. We talked to both coaches. They both said it, and both teams have done a pretty good job tonight. Bonds back into the game for Morehead. He will set the offense. The little point guard is good and passed a little bit too far in front of number 32, Marty Brodnax, and Brodnax couldn't come up with it. A turnover from Morehead, so they're having trouble with the turnovers tonight as well.
Morehead has about 3 turnovers, but what we have to look at is they have some subs in the game, so they have their starters out.
Minute 58 left in the opening quarter, but we talked about it. Getting off to a good start, and McMichael, it hasn't been a great start by any means, but it was a lot better than last Friday. Long pass, wide open underneath Bryant Lowe, and he gets the easy layup.
All right, that was a design play to beat the pressure, throwing a long baseball pass. And here comes Morehead back.
And Rashad Wall is going to pick up the personal foul. And that's unfortunate, but you can't stand around and watch that ball fall through the basket. If you know it's going in, you need to get back.
That's exactly right. As I said earlier, they're going to throw the baseball pass to half court and relay it to the other end of the court, and in 2 seconds, the ball is back down here.
Well, to me, it's got to make it extremely tough for you guys, or for McMichael or the opposition three-pointer. Well, I guess he faked the three-pointer, and I just saved my coat. But what I was going to say was it makes it extremely hard to get on the offensive boards because you know you got to get somebody back every time.
That's exactly right. And basically what your guards, you have to keep your guards back, and that's just floor balance.
Good strong move by Mark Blackstock. He got the bucket, extend the lead to 5. Inside pass knocked away, and comes up with it is Bryant Red. Red stops at the top of the key. Now he gets it to Blackstock. Blackstock, 13-footer, way short. Rebound being fought for, and he walked, didn't get called. Good block by Rashad Wall. And McMichael will get it on the offensive end now with a minute 20 left in the quarter. Wall comes up, top of the key. Thought he was going to shoot, decided against it. Now we'll get it over to Bryant Lowe. Lowe stopped in the corner, gets rid of it. Lucky got rid of it to Robert Franklin. Franklin, 18-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound inside, and Morehead is going to come up with it. And now the 3-on-1. Clark into the game, and he gets the ball knocked out of his hands. And I got another rebound over here. Ball knocked away, last touch by Morehead, and McMichael will take over. I've touched that ball more tonight than I ever have in my life, twice already.
Again, like I said, McMichael's in good shape. 12 turnovers, only down by 5. This is what I'm talking about. As long as the other team doesn't score when you turn the ball over, you'll be in good shape.
Tough pressure. We've got I'm not sure what the call was. It might have, I don't think it was foul. He just knocked it out of bounds. I was waiting for that ball to come over here again.
Right, we'll watch McMichael reverse the ball. Let's see how they beat the press.
Rashad Wall almost has it knocked out of his hands. They'll now get it into the middle to Bryant Lowe, and they'll set up the offense. Got it down pretty easy that time. Three-pointer from Smith. Missed it too long, but Rashad Wall almost had the rebound, but knocked it off his own leg. So Morehead will have it with 39.2 seconds left in the first quarter. They have a 5-point lead. We'll see if they hold it for one or go ahead and get into the offense. Looks like they're going with a jumper. Went left, now back to his right, missed it off the glass too hard. Wall with another rebound. He's a good
Wall is playing excellent on that defensive backcourt.
Good move, good pass inside, and Bryant Lowe will get the layup, and Morehead, or McMichael is back this time, but Morehead in a hurry inside the danger net. Even when they got back, Morehead beat the press, beat the defense. Rashad Wall now, pass almost knocked away. Lowe has it with 5 seconds left in the quarter. Gonna have to get it up. He does, and he got it. And it is a two-pointer. And at the end of the first quarter, our score, Morehead 21, McMichael 18. It's another good one, folks. Come on back for the second quarter. More high school basketball coming up after this on 14 Action Sports.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a solid play. It's going to be a lot.
And welcome back to McMichael High School. Brian Scrimmager along with Coach Charlie Bryant here. It's 21-18 at the end of one. Pretty exciting first quarter.
Well, excellent. It's Morehead tempo, but like you said, McMichael has turned the ball over 10 times, but yet only down by 3 points, so they got to feel happy about that.
Well, pretty good start for the Phoenix tonight. As we said, better than last Friday when they started behind 10-0 early, and I believe they were down by about 10 at the end of the first quarter, and tonight they're within 3, and they put a big rush in the second half last Friday. We'll see if they can make it as good of a contest as they did last Friday night. They start with the ball here in the second quarter. Rashad Wall, turnaround jumper, missed it, but White inside with the offensive rebound, and it's a one-point game.
Jason White, like I said, excellent rebound, put it back up. Morehead's back down the floor.
But they missed the shot. Now they get it back, and Blackstock got the garbage bucket, and that's unfortunate.
Well, Morehead has been very aggressive on the offensive board, and that's hard to teach. I mean, they do an excellent job on offensive glass.
Robert Franklin with it. He'll get it to Bryant Lowe, who was hot at the end of the first quarter. Rashad Wall missed his man, and it's stolen away. And here comes Blackstock for Morehead. They have a 2-on-3, but they're not scared. He'll take it all the way to the basket. Missed it, but he's fouled, and I believe the foul is going to be called on Isaac Welker. That's just a tough move to the basket. I mean, you're 2-on-4, and you just say, what the heck, I'm going for it.
Well, Morehead, Coach Hart gives them that freedom to come down, like I said, after a turnover. And again, another point that I made earlier is they got a turnover and they came down and missed the shot. Well, they're at the foul line. So again, the turnovers will not hurt McMichael unless Morehead converts.
Well, that just shows a lot of confidence in yourself and in your team as a coach as well, to let them go ahead and take it to the basket. As the first free throw you saw a little bit too hard, but Blackstock will have another one, as you see Coach Tony Johnson, his assistant over there on the sideline. 23-20 our score, 7:11 left in the first half. Blackstock at the line, his second one is good, but you still saved the point. They didn't get two, they got one on the foul.
That's exactly right. So McMichael is in good shape.
And Franklin kicked out of bounds, and they will keep it. McMichael will keep it on the offensive end with 7:05 left in the half. Good crowd here tonight. We expected this, and Coach Tony Johnson was hoping the crowd would really get into this one and help his club a little bit, and they really haven't been real excited tonight. They might be after that one, though.
Downtown.
Long three-pointer, and that cuts the lead back to one again.
Robert Franklin really needed that.
Morehead on the offensive end now with Brad Bonds, the point guard. He'll drive baseline, and they're going to lose it off his knee. Good call by the official there. Morehead with the turnover, and McMichael could take the first lead of the game here with 6:44 left in the first half. I tell you what, we've had two games on this year, and they have both been great. Last Friday night, of course, we've talked about that between McMichael and Morehead. Monday night, we were up in Virginia for George Washington in Person County. GW is down in that one by 18 in the third quarter and came back and won it by 5. So we've had some pretty exciting games on tonight, and we look for this one to stay this close the rest of the way through.
As long as McMichael, like I said, handles the pressure, even though they have about 11 turnovers, they're in real good shape right now.
in the lineup.
Substitute in the game, Josh Richardson, number 24. Another sophomore.
He's another sophomore. As I said, they're real young. They're going to be good in a couple of years. Not that they're not good now. I've been very impressed with them. They come in at 4-1 on the year. And the ball is, boy, that's one for the highlights now, isn't it? It's been touched by about 30 people. Three-pointer, missed it off the back of the rim. Good offensive
great
rebound.
Great.
And that will get the crowd back into it.
And McMichael has a 1-point lead.
Their first lead of the game at 25-24, and the crowd is up. They're louder than they have been all night. Desjornette misses the turnaround. Jay down here. And coming down with the rebound, Josh Richardson for McMichael, and he'll get it to Franklin. Franklin up to Welker. Welker. Now to White on the baseline. White back to Welker. Welker, pass knocked away. Don't think it's going to be a backcourt violation. It is not, but we've got a foul down here. That surprises me. I thought it was going to be a charge.
Well, you have to allow the guy one complete stride, and the Morehead player didn't do that, and that's the reason that foul was called.
It's going to be called on Torrey Tucker. It's his first and the third on the Panthers here in the first half. On the other side, McMichael has 5 team fouls. But if you're Coach Tony Johnson right now, you have to feel pretty good about the game.
Well, McMichael looks like they've settled down. The pressure isn't bothering that much, even though, like you said, they have about 12 turnovers. They're right in the ball game.
As a matter of fact, they lead it by 1, 25-24. Inside to Richardson. Richardson puts up the tough shot, missed it short, no good, and Jumper's going to come out with the long rebound. And almost had a violation. Red, long three-pointer down here off the back of the rim, and it's going to be hit the top of the backboard, which obviously is out of bounds, and McMichael will take over once again.
McMichael's in good shape. 1-point lead. Substitute right now. Rashad Wall. Coach Johnson doing a good job of rotating his players in and out to combat this pressure.
Well, you said they run 8 and 9 deep, and that's pretty comfortable when you're running against this kind of pressure. Tough shot at the other end is no good by Franklin. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by McMichael, and Morehead will have it on the far end of the court with 5:04 left in the half. Good look there at number 25, Robert Franklin. He will come to the bench and step beside Coach Tony Johnson, get a little break.
And his brother comes in the game, Lamont Franklin, number 22, Robert's brother.
Morehead now on the offense. Bond stops inside. Good pass to Broadnax, and Broadnax is hammered by White as he goes up, and he'll go to the line for a couple. You know, Morehead really, not only can they get out and run, and not only do they play good defense, but when they're forced into a situation where they have to run the half-court offense, a lot of those running teams have trouble with the half-court offense if they get up and down the court, but this team doesn't seem to have that. They can run that half-court offense really well as well.
Yeah, they have a double low post, and basically what they're trying to do is to get the ball inside. You have to deny because you get it on the side block, and if you get it down low, they will probably shoot it, and then you have the possibility of someone fouling, just like Jason White.
Broadnax misses both of them, and Welker down with an defensive rebound for the Phoenix. Morehead has been cold. Inside, low, stops and pops on a baseline. Missed it, no good, and the rebound last touched by Broadnax, and McMichael will keep it. They are playing better here in the second quarter. They look more in sync and haven't had as many turnovers and have rebounded the ball better here in the second quarter.
Well, that's exactly right. I hope that they continue to play this well, but like I said, that pressure is intense, and you know it's going to be like that the entire game.
Well, Coach Harder told me, he said that McMichael will play their 2 best games of the year against my club because it's this inter-county rivalry. Good shot on the other end by Rashad Wall, and it's now a 3-point lead. What a save right in front of us by Mike Jumper. Got way up in the air. Now on the inside, missed it, but he's fouled by Rashad Wall. Torrey Tucker went to the bucket, and Morehead is really having trouble with the free throws tonight. I know that they're probably only shooting about 50% here in the first half.
Brian, going back to what I said earlier, if you turn the ball over and they don't convert, that was the problem last week. McMichael had 27 turnovers. They didn't convert, meaning Morehead, so that's the reason McMichael stayed close. And it'll be interesting to see if that happens, continues throughout the whole game.
First one on the way, that wasn't nothing but net. As I said, they're only hitting 50% or so. Broadnax, that's Torrey Tucker comes down and lets the strings sound there. They'll have another one. It's a 2-point game now. Second one, nothing but net as well. It's 27-26 with 4.5 to go. Rashad Wall, good pass over the top to Bryant Lowe in the front court, and he will give it to Lamont Franklin. Franklin out near the center circle will set up the offense. Almost stolen away. Bad cross-court pass over to Welker. Welker pops from 12 off the back of the rim, no good. And coming down with a rebound once again is Torrey Tucker, and Tucker is fouled. And I believe he'll come down to the other end and shoot a 1-and-1.
Morehead has been real aggressive on the boards, and McMichael has got to do a better job. They just get one shot at it. Morehead is rebounding and getting it out.
That is the 17th foul here, the 18th foul here in the first half for McMichael. Morehead on the other side only has 3, but stepping to the line for a 1-and-1 is Torrey Tucker. Just hit 2 the last time down the court to cut a 3-point Panther lead to 1. With 4:13 left in the half, he can now give Morehead the lead again. First one, boy, he hadn't to hit the rim on the last 3.
Looks to be a good shooter.
Tie game at 27. Second one on the way. That one, guess what? Doesn't hit the rim again. It's 28-27 Morehead. Boy, those were pretty, weren't they?
Oh, they were excellent shots.
Coming down to the other end. Good job by Lamont Franklin to keep his feet. He gets the ball back. Tried to get it inside. It's knocked away, but a foul is going to be called on Calvin Desjornette. And McMichael not into the bonus situation yet, so they have to take it out of bounds. But pretty good job there by Lamont Franklin to keep his feet.
Lamont, another sophomore, and like I said, he needs to rise to the occasion because they will definitely apply more pressure when the sophomores come in the game. McMichael's having a problem getting it in. Morehead is denied on the inbounds pass. They've already got 1 5-second call. Looks like it's a foul on Morehead. Rashad Wall go to the foul line.
Just as you said, Rashad Wall going to the foul line. Torrey Tucker got called for the foul. It's his second personal, the 5th now on the Panthers here in the first half with 4:02 left, and McMichael trails it by 1, 28-27. It's been a good one all the way through. McMichael fell behind early. Morehead jumped out to a pretty good lead, 6-8 points in that first quarter, but ever since then, McMichael has stayed tough, and as a matter of fact, outplayed Morehead just a little bit. But that free throw on the other end by Rashad Wall missed it short. He'll have another one and could tie it at 28 with just over 4 minutes left in the half. This is an important one. Keep in this game. Second one on the way. That one nothing but net, and it's tied at 28. And here comes Morehead in a hurry. Pass inside. Wall almost stole away. Desjornette lost it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by, I believe, Jason White of McMichael, and Morehead will keep it on the offense. And that was a golden, not really a golden opportunity, but a good opportunity for McMichael to get another steal.
Let's see if the Morehead runs this out of bounds play and shoots the 3-pointer.
Torrey Tucker. Oh, and except
out of bounds.
Good call.
On the line.
Yeah. Those long legs will do that to you. Mike Jumper stepped out of bounds, and turnover will go to McMichael with 3:52 left in the half.
I tell you something else, Brian. In a game like this, it really works the officials. They're really sweating. They have to run up and down the floor. They got to be in good shape.
Why, I never officiated. On the other end, Lowe will stop. Should have used the glass that time, missed it, and Desjornette down with the rebound. Is that what you try to teach your kids when you're in that situation, use the glass?
That's exactly right. You got to be able to bank the ball.
Good pass into Blackstock, and Blackstock gets fouled by Bryant Lowe, and the crowd doesn't like it, but that's why they don't officiate too, I guess.
Well, it was definite body contact. What you try to teach the kids to do in a situation like that, go straight up. Do not swing or try to slap at the ball, because 9 out of 10 times officials will call it a foul. So just go up, hands straight up, and not swing at the ball. Bryant swung at the ball, and they call the foul.
Well, that's what the coaches always told me. You know, if you're going down that situation, if you swing at it, whether or not, you foul him, you're going to get called for it. So don't do it. If you do it and you get called and you didn't foul him, don't complain about it, because we told you not to do it. So,
Brian, they officiate the game from waist up, and anytime you swing at the ball, the official will not miss that. He will see that.
Second free throw is no good. White down with the rebound. It's 29-28. Morehead leads it by 1. Coming down Franklin. Oh, should have had that one, just missed it. And he gets Bryant Lowe gets the rebound and puts it in, and McMichael back on top.
One of the few offensive rebounds. If McMichael hits the offensive board, Morehead making a long pass, shot.
Jumper, on the other hand, hits the 18-footer. Almost got a steal. A good idea defensively. Just missed the steal, and that left Jumper wide open, and he got the easy 18-footer to put Morehead back on top by one. Down here, pass almost stolen away. They're going to have to hurry. Do get it in the front court. Lamont Franklin got that one blocked, but he swung at it and got the foul. Even if, we just talked about it. Even if he had all ball, that's going to be called 9 times out of 10.
They're going to call it a foul.
So McMichael will go to the free throw line. Lamont Franklin, the sophomore, played a pretty good game so far.
And Lamont's in the game resting his brother Robert. So like we said earlier, Coach Johnson is doing a good job of rotating his personnel to try to combat this pressure because he knows he's going to be running the entire game.
Well, both of these coaches, I have to say, both of these coaches are extremely good, fundamental basketball coaches as far as, knowing when to get a player in, knowing when to get him out as the free throw goes through. But not only that, these guys, they're just plain nice guys, and they have gone out of their way to help me out being new here, and I just really appreciate what both coaches have done for me. And it just, that's the bottom line. If you're a nice guy, you're going to be a good coach.
Well, that's exactly right. And Coach Hart and Coach Johnson, Coach Hart has been in the game a long time. And interestingly enough, just recently won his 2 state championships and probably coached 20 years.
Shot down on the other end is missed, and McMichael comes down with a rebound. Here comes Welker. And that was swatted. That was time number 10, I guess. Didn't get called a foul, knocked out of bounds. And I believe McMichael will keep it on the offensive end. We're tied at 31 with 2:25 left in the half.
Brian McMichael is doing a real good job of handling the ball. They haven't turned it over lately, so I expect this to be down to the wire.
One thing that, as I said earlier, Smith gets the inbounds pass and talked to Coach Johnson. He said, we really hope the crowd gets into this one. Top of the key, jumper is good. Only a 2-pointer. They said it was a 2-pointer. Look from here as it could have been a 3, but we're clear down at the other end of the court. But you hope this crowd can get into this, make some noise, and maybe rattle Morehead a little bit if you're a McMichael fan.
That's exactly right.
3-pointer from Jumper is no good, and the rebound down to Bryant Lowe for McMichael. They lead it by a deuce with under 2 minutes left in the first half. Welker over to Smith. Smith, 17-footer, in and out, no good. Welker with the rebound, put it up, got fouled, just didn't fall. That could have been a big one.
Well, McMichael is doing an excellent job on both ends of the board, offensive and defense. That was a nice offensive rebound by Welker.
1:49 left in the half, and McMichael has a chance to go up by 4. A couple substitutions into the Morehead lineup. Corey Tucker is coming in, as is Brad Bonds, and Red, and I believe it's Blackstock going to set down. I'll have to check those numbers for sure, but Welker will be at the line for a couple. 1:49 left in the half. Could give McMichael the biggest lead of the game. The first one on the way is good, and that's a 3-point lead now, which matches their biggest lead of the game. They had a 3-point lead at 27-24 a little earlier. Now it's 34-31. Second one on the way. It's a 4-point lead. Good, pretty free throws there.
Isaac Welker is probably the best outside shooter that McMichael has.
3-pointer from Jumper, missed it short. Good rebound by Blackstock. I guess he stayed in. He got the putback, and it's 35-33 with 1:35 left in the half. Ryan Smith up on the left side to Welker. 3-pointer, missed it long, no good, and Corey Tucker down with the rebound for Morehead. And guess what? They are in a hurry. Bonds, good pass inside to Broadnax off the glass. Missed it, though, and Watkins down with the rebound for McMichael. They come back in a hurry. Franklin, 3-pointer, short, no good. Rebound to Bonds for Morehead, and we've got a whistle down here, and I think Bryant Lowe is going to be called for the foul. I didn't see it. That one was away from the ball.
No, I think that foul is on Morehead on Mike Jumper, Brian.
Okay, well, you're right. You're right. It is. Maybe an illegal screen, I guess. I'm not sure, but it was away from the ball, whatever it was.
Coach Johnson's got to feel real good right now with 1:11 to go in the game and up to. I think that when they go in at the half, they got to realize that they're playing with them, playing an excellent first half.
Well, don't take anything away from Morehead because they played a pretty good game. I don't know that Coach John Harder is as happy as he would like to be right now, but by any means they haven't played a bad first half either. They've gotten the turnovers they needed. They just sometimes have not been able to convert as that free throw is good. And as you said, Isaac Welker, excellent shooter, and he hit the last three. And that gives McMichael a 3-point lead, 36-33 with 1:11 to go in the first half. And once again, this one could put him up by 4. But I was saying, Morehead just missed a couple shots and a couple that have rolled in and rolled back out. So if you're Coach Harder, as I said, you're probably not as happy as you would like to be at this situation as he got that one as well. But they're not playing bad by any means.
Well, Brian, let's point this out that Morehead, this is their 3rd game, and McMichael, this is their 6th game. So McMichael has some game experience, and it looks like it's showing right now. They played more. Coach Harder said, hey, we got to, if we're going to get better, we got to play more.
Bonds drives inside, hesitates, and boy, that's a good shot.
Great shot. Great drive.
Now that's something you as a coach can't teach. That's just natural ability, isn't it?
Exactly right.
Down to the other end, it's Watkins. He'll pop from 8. Missed it short, no good. A rebound. Off of McMichael. I think somebody thought it was out of bounds. The players kind of quit a little bit there, and Morehead player got it off a McMichael player, and he goes out of bounds, and Morehead will keep it. They're down by a bucket with 42 seconds left in the half. Here comes Bond. Bond stops at the wing. Into jumper. Tough turnaround jumper is no good, and Rashad Wall with another rebound. Stolen away by Bryant Red, and he got the bucket to tie it. Rashad Wall stolen away again by Red. He'll pick it up and now give it to Bonds with 20 seconds left in the half. Bonds to Red and whistle.
Traveling violation on Morehead.
Falling down, got called for the walk, and McMichael will keep it. We're tied at 37, 19.3 seconds left in the first half. It's been a good one. We didn't know to expect if it was going to be as close as it was last Friday night, but we've been pleasantly surprised here at Channel 14. Watkins up to Smith. They're going to have to hurry, and it's going to be a foul down here on Bryant Red, and that will send McMichael to the line with 13.7 seconds left.
That was a reaching foul, and that's something that the kids from Morehead don't really do that much. I think the coach will sub for him now, and he's not pleased with that type of foul, not with 13 seconds to go on the clock.
Do you think any of that is frustration right there on the part of that player?
Well, Bryant is another young player. He's a sophomore, real good player, and he's going to make some sophomore mistakes. And that was a mistake. You stop the clock, you put McMichael on the line. Coach doesn't want that. They're talking to him right now.
38-37 now McMichael with 13.7 seconds left in the first half. I'm Brian Scrimmager along with Coach Charlie Bryant of McMichael High School here on 14 Action Sports. Friday night high school basketball just about set there into this first half. Jumper looking around, loses the ball. It's out of bounds, and Morehead will keep it. Good defense though.
Very good defense by Robert Franklin.
Well, you didn't get the ball on the turnover, but now they've lost 7 seconds, so it turns out good. Bond, turn around, short, no good. Desjardins with a tip, no good, and time runs out. So just what we said, the defensive play, you didn't get a turnover here, but all of a sudden McMichael only has 6.5 seconds, or Morehead only has 6.5 seconds to get a shot off, so that was just as productive there as the turnover would have been.
And you know what I like, Brian? Mike Jumper got up, patted Robert on the back. Mike Jumper is a competitive, all-conference football player, if I'm not mistaken, excellent basketball player. We got a great first half.
Well, exactly. As you can see, 39-37 at the break. We'll come back and talk a little bit about the first half and have the second half coming up. More high school basketball on the way on 14 Action Sports. And welcome back. We're just about set to get the second half started. It's 39-37. McMichael leads it by a deuce. Starting the third quarter, impressive first half for the Phoenix. Morehead will start the second half with the basketball. Bonds is in there at the point guard. It's inside to Tucker. Tucker up, strong move off the glass, and that's a good shot.
That's that low post move, and Rashad has definitely got to deny that pass because they'll score every time if he lets that happen. He's behind the offensive player.
McMichael trying to get it in the front court, just before the 10-second count. And they'll set up the offense. Robert Franklin has it now in the corner. Welker, 18-footer is no good, and rebound. Good rebound by Rashad Wall. Missed the shot but got fouled. He'll go to the line for two.
Rashad Wall is having a great game, and I thought at the beginning of the game he had to play well in order for McMichael to have a chance to win.
39-39 is our score, just underway in the third quarter. 7 minutes, 24 seconds left. It's been nip and tuck all the way as Rashad Wall hits the first of two, and that gives the Phoenix a 1-point lead at 40-39. He'll have another, the second one on the way. Nothing but net, back to a 2-point lead at 41-39. Rodnex gets it into Bonds, no pressure from McMichael. To Mike Jumper to Calvin Desjornette. 10-footer is good. He's a tough player.
He's a tough player, and again, a very easy shot.
As you said, almost turned it over, but Welker comes up with it. Then the pass is knocked away. They got to hurry.
10 seconds.
I don't think they made it, but nothing was called, and they get it into the front court. Welker stops and pops from 8. No good. Short got his own rebound. Spins, thought about it, decided against it. Now we'll give it to Wall in the corner. 12-footer, short, no good. And White is going to be called for going over the back.
You can't fault Jason for that. That's a hustling foul. He's trying to rebound. I think that might be his second, so they still should be in good shape.
You said it is his second personal. That's the first time the team here in the second half. Morehead has one team foul as well. 6:45 left in the third. It's 41-41. It's a good one. Another good one right here on 14 Action Sports. Desjornette, great pass to Tucker. The strong move in the basket.
Pick and roll play. I mean, that's basic basketball. You got to be able to stop that.
And we're going to have a blocking foul down here on this end. The Morehead crowd does not like that one at all.
Again, just like we saw in the first half, you got to allow that guy room to come down or a full stride. Bryant Lowe was airborne. The Morehead player did not allow him room to come down because the foul was called on Morehead.
Morehead back on top by a bucket. It's 43-41. Foul was called on Calvin Desjornette. That is his second personal, second on the team in the second half. A lot of seconds in that sentence, wasn't there? McMichael has it, will look to tie. Franklin almost knocked away. Lowe gets the loose ball. 10-footer short again. They're not getting enough arch on their shots here in the third quarter.
That's exactly right. We're not shooting a good percentage from the floor.
And Jumper on the other end, a runner, I think just kind of, that was not a shot that you as a coach would like to see, but you love it when it goes in.
That's exactly right. And that shows you how strong he is to make that shot.
Pass dribbled off the foot of a McMichael player, and well, I guess they called it off Morehead.
Right. I think the official missed it, Brian. I think you're right. I think it's off McMichael's player.
Well, I was watching the monitor that time, and it looked like it was off the McMichael player's foot, but the call did not go that way, and that pass is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Morehead, and McMichael will keep it again. 45-41. The Panthers lead it with 5:56 left in the third. Franklin, Robert that is, will inbounds to Bryant Lowe. Lowe on the baseline, tries to drive now outside the wall. Wall lost it, but Welker gets the loose one. Out front now to Franklin. Franklin goes to his left, stop, go. It's going to be called for going. A foul is going to be called on Brad Bonds, and I guess that one caught me by surprise there.
Well, it looked like it was a slap on the wrist. Morehead's defense is aggressive, and so they know they're going to foul, and McMichael will just have to just hang right in there. And one thing that McMichael has been doing real good is excellent percentage from the foul line, probably better than from the floor.
That is the second personal on Brad Bonds of Morehead, the third on the team here in the second half. And at the line, Robert Franklin for a couple. Well, I guess he should be there for three. He'll be there for three. He was behind the three-point circle, and he'll get three. Made the first one, 45-42. Now that could cut the lead back to one if he can hit all three of them. That's a big rule. That's a good rule. If you shoot that three-pointer, they changed a couple of years ago. I did not like it when you shot a three-pointer and only got 2 free throws for it.
Well, and Morehead's coach will not be happy because that's a real mistake. You never want to foul a guy out there. And you're right, it is a good rule.
He'll have the third. He's hit the first 2, the third one on the way. That's good job. Hit 3 in a row.
Foul shooting percentage.
Out of the other end, jumper, misses it. Smith lost the rebound out of bounds, and Morehead will keep it. The Panthers lead it by 1, 45-44, with 5:37 left in the third. Into jumper. Jumper out to Bryant Red, who's back into the lineup. To Blackstock, back to Red. Good three-point shooter. That one missed. And Wilker down with the rebound. Here comes Franklin in a hurry. Franklin, good dish. And I got the ball again. Goes out of bounds, and Morehead will get the ball right in front of us. In a hurry, the jumper. Jumper inside to Desjornet. Desjornet tied up, and the alternate possession will go to McMichael. Tell you what, it's getting faster and it's getting more furious here in the third.
That's exactly right. Turnover the last time by McMichael. That hurts, especially when they have a 3-on-2 break.
Well, look for this one to continue at a quick pace. And ball knocked out of bounds, and McMichael will keep it on the far end of the court. Look for these teams to get out and run, especially Morehead. They have not done that as much as they did. They have not been able to get out and run. A foul called down here on Calvin Desjornet, but they just, McMichael's done a good job since the first quarter of getting back and playing good defense, not letting Morehead run as much.
Well, at this junction of the game, Brian, McMichael has 3 seniors in the lineup, 2 a junior and a sophomore. So the seniors are handling the ball, and that's the reason they're not turning it over.
Into the front court, here comes Ryan Smith, 1-on-2. He'll stop, and a travel is called. That's a good call. Got up into the air. Blackstock got himself here. I was just going to say, Blackstock got his hand on it. The official made the right call. They took away the travel. It's a jump ball. It doesn't matter. Morehead's going to get it.
Possession.
But, right, exactly. It's a possession. The next jump ball will come back to Morehead. But I think that was the right call because Blackstock got his hand on it, and Smith came back down with it still in his hands. And obviously, you can't do that. And on the alternate possession, Morehead will take over. Desjornet to Blackstock. Back to Desjornet, top of the key. Over to jumper. Three-pointer is good. And that's one thing that Morehead hit a lot of last Friday night, that they haven't been as hot tonight in the three-point shooting. And they're now up by 4. Almost turned it over. Welker picks it up. Will come into the front court, and Desjornet will get called for the foul, and that may be his 4th. We'll have to check. Nope, that is only his 3rd. The last foul was called on Bryant Red, not Calvin Desjornet. So Desjornet with this foul is his 3rd, but that's already 5 on Morehead here in the second half. We've only played 3 minutes.
At that time, Brian, Morehead went to a true zone press. Early on in the game, they've been trapping. They were in a true zone press that time.
Robert Franklin spinning around, finally gets it to Mo. Inside to White, wide open, off the glass is good.
Good pass by Robert.
Just going to say, good ball movement on the offensive end. On the other end, jumper for 3. Hit 2 in a row.
That hurts when they come back down and score that quick.
That one is knocked out of bounds hard. Almost hit a guy that had his back turned right in the head. Boy, he knocked that one out hard, didn't he?
Kids from Morehead really are aggressive. I mean, you know, and that's basketball.
Boy, now jumper, that's a kid that can get up in the air too. Not only did he knock that one out hard, but he got way up in the air to get that knock away. Over to Franklin. Franklin, runner is no good. That's not a very good shot there. Fast break now. Blackstock has it. Up off the glass. They're going to take it away. Call the charge. That does not make John Harder happy. You can see his reaction to that. Just tells his assistant coach.
But being the veteran coach that he is, he calms his bench down and says, hey, it's the 3rd quarter. You know, the ref made the call. They know you can't change it. So that's the veteran coach in it.
Well, you're up by 5, and you don't want a technical to change the momentum.
That's
because
exactly right.
They do have a little bit of momentum. They were down by 2 points here in the 3rd quarter. Now all of a sudden they're ahead by 5. So they have some momentum. You don't want to lose it. Down to the other end, Smith to White. White waits for the defense to go by. Good job for him.
Prime example of breaking the press. A good job of breaking the press. You're going to get a layup. 3-pointer.
3 in a row. 3 in a row, and that's what happened last Friday night when they made the run in the 4th quarter. The 3-pointers. Now it's 54-48 with 3:35. Wide open inside is Bryant Lowe. Good job offensively. Down to the other end, Blackstock fakes the three, now drives, dumps it off inside to Tucker, and Tucker's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for two. But bring it back down here. Once again, the last two times they've broken the press very well. They got some easy baskets.
And I think this tempo favors Morehead because it's a little too quick for McMichael.
Well, Jason White back down here on this last time down got the pass from Smith and did a good job of waiting for the two defenders to go by him, and so we had the easy open shot off the glass.
Jason's a real intelligent player, good student in the classroom. As I said earlier, all-conference football. He'll make those types of decisions all night long.
Free throw from Torrey Tucker, missed it short, but he's going to have another one. It's 54-50. Morehead is on top.
Brian, that Mike jumper is on fire. I mean, he is shooting the three-pointer 3 feet behind the line.
At least 3 feet behind the line. Second one rolls around and falls through, and it's back to a 5-point lead for Morehead.
Uh-oh, bad pass.
You can't throw that one up in the air like that. Got away with it because Tucker tried to save it, knocked it out of bounds, and McMichael should have it.
You're exactly right, Brian. You can't lob the ball because that gives the defense plenty of time to get over there and deflect it. It's got to be a crisp pass.
Not only that, I mean, when you throw it up like that, the defender, if you're an offensive player, we'll come down here. Franklin will take the shot and got it to fall. But I was going to say, the offensive guy really, he's got to stay there and try to go up in the air. But the defensive guy is making a beeline right to it, and he's got more momentum. Turnover. Here comes Franklin. Could cut the lead to one. Puts it up, slipped on his way up, and that really hurt. Ball is loose on the floor. Jump ball. McMichael's going to get it right back. So that possession that we talked about earlier is important on this trip down the floor.
And that's great hustle by Jason White again on the floor for the ball. The basic things, fundamentally sound. That's what you look for in a guy like that.
You know, once again, you have two guys from opposite teams going hard after the ball, and they get up and slap hands with each other. And he talked about that in the first half. These guys, yeah, they're rivals, but they're friendly rivals. I think that both teams respect the other club's players, and that's good to see. Lob pass to Bryant, low at the free throw line to Smith. Smith gets inside, puts it up off the glass, and it's good. And he'll go to the line, could tie it up. That's a tough shot.
That's a street move. And again, like you said earlier, these kids play AAU against each other. Sometimes they play on the same team. And let's not forget that McMichael, which used to be Madison Midland, has a great basketball tradition, no doubt about it. We've had a state championship team, a state run-up in 69, state championship in 74. So we got some tradition here, too.
Ryan Smith at the line to tie it. In and out, no good. And Morehead will come down with a rebound. Desjardins at the other end. Good block by Rashad Wall. Ryan Smith comes out with it. 3-on-2 to Franklin. Franklin runner. Should have been a goaltend. Didn't get a call. And White got the rebound. And the bucket. And it's now 56-55. Desjardins at the other end. Off the glass too hard.
Jason White with a great rebound.
And here comes Robert Franklin. Fakes the three to Smith. He'll take the three-pointer out front. Missed it. And down with the rebound, Blodnax for Morehead. Bonds has it. Down the lane, up and in. It's back to a Morehead one-point lead. Boy, it's getting good, isn't it?
All right, Brian Red just gave the hand up. He's tired. That's the signal. We see a sub coming in for Morehead.
Out front, Franklin is trapped. He'll get it to Welker. Welker to Wall. It's going to be a charge. It is.
Good call.
Going to be a charge. Good defense there by Jumper.
Brian, when you go up in the air, it's a bad move. Rashad Wall went up in the air. You can only do two things, shoot or pass. And he just charged into the guy. That hurts.
Especially if you go up in the air with that much momentum going forward instead of straight up.
Exactly
9 times out of 10 when you have that much momentum, you're going to get called for the offensive foul. And that's what happened this trip down the court. Morehead leads it by 1, 57-56 with a minute 56 left in the third. It's been nip and tuck all the way. This has been a good one.
It's been a great one, but now let's remember that Michael's come down twice, one long jump shot, and now a charge, and they can't afford to do. They got to capitalize on those fast break situations.
Bonds will bring it across the timeline into the front court. Jumpers hit 3 in a row. 4 in a row.
On fire.
He is hot. You called it. He is hot.
And Brian, we can't really see how far out, but we know that he's behind that line.
Good pass inside, missed the shot though. Welker, last touch by Morehead, and McMichael will keep it on the offensive end, trailing by 4. Good shot of the referee that got the basketball, and he's telling a McMichael player to come and get it. And it's going to be Lamont Franklin. He's back into the lineup now for McMichael. Looking for somebody, having trouble once again. Good job by Ryan Smith. Welker for 3. In and out. Stayed out, no good. And Broadnax with the rebound for Morehead.
You know, Brian, he's aiming at that shot. He's not shooting. He's trying to aim the ball.
Bonds down at the other end, lost control of it, but it's picked up by Broadnax inside, got fouled on the way up. And a foul is going to be called on Josh Richardson, also into the lineup very recently for McMichael. But Morehead's going to go to the line for 2. Could extend this lead to half a dozen.
That's exactly right. Again, Morehead is pounding the ball inside. McMichael has got to front those players. They can't let them get it in that easy because it will result in either a foul or an easy shot.
Well, that's one thing. That's one of the reasons why Morehead is so tough. Not only can they pound it inside, but then you have Mike Jumper, who's hit 4 3-pointers right in a row. Not just baby 3-pointers. Those are almost NBA 3-pointers. You have Bryant Red, who's been a little bit off tonight, but he's normally an extremely good 3-point shooter. The free throws, yeah, 1 out of 2. The rebound on the offensive end, and on the rebound, it was Mike Travis into the game, and he got it at 63-56.
And again, Brian, realize that Morehead has some subs in.
Yeah, Watkins is going to chase it down and over and back, and the turnover goes to Morehead, and they've got more momentum going once again. It's not what you want to see. We talked about it before. Morehead on a little bit of a run here in the late stages of the third quarter.
And Brian, let's go back to my point earlier. The turnovers late in the game hurt you because you don't have time to recover. The clock is running pretty soon it'll be the fourth quarter. So this is when the turnovers hurt.
We have 57 seconds left in the third at 63-56. Rebound inside to Travis. It was Blackstock that had the first shot. He missed it. And Travis got the rebound, put it up, missed it, but he was fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. And if he hits both of these, I believe this will be Morehead's biggest lead of the night. If he hits both of them, it extends the lead to 9.
What's happening is Morehead is pounding the boards, getting second shots, and as you said, building up a lead.
Tony Johnson's first one is up and good, and it's now an 8-point lead. I believe Morehead was up by 8 in the first quarter, but if he hits this one, this will be the biggest lead of the night. Second one on the way is also good at 65-56. McMichael needs a basket this time down the court.
Morehead's in the half-court trap. They changed defenses again. Okay.
And here they come. Pass knocked away. Josh Richardson picks it up. Set up the offense. Franklin for 3. Missed it. And the rebound. Richardson saves it into Jason White. Wide open. Smith for 3. Out the back of the rim. No good. Bonds with the long rebound. And we've got a foul. Josh Richardson is going to be called for the personal. That's going to be his third, I believe. It'll be number 6 on the Phoenix here in the second half. And now Morehead was called in the early stages of the third.
You're exactly right. I was getting ready to say the same thing. McMichael is gone cold.
24.8 seconds left in the third, and Morehead has built a 9-point lead, their biggest lead of the night. And they'll probably save it for one here in the last few seconds of the third. Bonds out front to Jumper.
And I bet you that one might be taken by Mike Jumper.
Blackstock. Back to Bonds, down to 10 seconds. They'll run the offense now.
Let's see if they have a design play. There you go.
There he is for 3.
Out to the corner.
Missed it off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Franklin, he's going to have to hurry. Shot it. Oh, almost got it that time, and that would have been a big one. It fell short, though, and at the end of 3, our score. Morehead 65, McMichael 56. We'll be back with more high school basketball coming up on 14 Action Sports.
I mean, those 3-pointers before in a row, that breaks you back.
And welcome back to high school basketball. Great Friday night action here on 14 Action Sports. I'm Brian Scrimmager along with Charles Bryant. He is the JV basketball coach, the boys basketball coach here at McMichael High School. Sitting in for Gordy Martell tonight, who has to be at his own basketball game up at Averett College in Danville, as he's the athletic trainer there. And of course, we can't take him away from those responsibilities. But Coach, we appreciate you coming along and helping me out tonight. I really do.
Well, I've really enjoyed it so far. It's been a great ball game. Like you said earlier, Michael went cold in the third quarter, and now we'll see if they can climb back into this ball game.
Just underway in the fourth quarter at 65-56. Morehead is on top. Inside and going to the line will be Torrey Tucker. He is hammered. I believe it was Watkins.
That's exactly right. Again, pounded it inside. The defense has got to deny that pass. They'll do that all night. They'll do that all the fourth quarter if they let it.
Watkins' first personal, the 7th on the team. So both teams now for the remainder of this game are going to be in the bonus situation. A lot of fouls here in the second half.
And what's happening is Morehead is converting at the free throw line. They didn't shoot a good percentage the first half. They're making them the second half, and that's one reason why they got the lead.
Well, that's one thing that Coach Harder told me yesterday afternoon when I talked to him. He says, you know, I was pleased with my players' play. They got to the free throw line. It was just we couldn't hit some of those free throws, but they hit them when they had to, and that's been the case tonight. They were cold in the first half, but here in the second half they have been just about perfect from the free throw line as Tucker hits 2 there and extends the lead to 11. In the corner, Franklin is trapped, and he gets it to Smith. Good pass to Watkins. Watkins almost lost it. Put it up, too strong. Brian Lowe with the offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Morehead. McMichael will keep it, but we talked about it. They're just cold. It's almost as if there's a lid on that basket.
Well, and it could be the pressure, Brian. I mean, McMichael could be tired because of playing against this pressure the entire game, and it could be telling. A lot of times when your shot's not falling, you're tired.
We've got a foul called away from the ball. It was called on Brad Bonds of Morehead, and that will send McMichael to the line, trailing by 11 with 7:31 left.
You know, even though looking at the score, it looks like it's pretty much McMichael's type of game. Coach Johnson wanted a game in the 70s, and of course Morehead likes to take you in the 80s and 90s. It looks as though McMichael might be a little tired.
Franklin at the free throw line for a 1 and maybe, and he hit the first one, it'll get the maybe. 67-57 now. 10-point game. But you got to remember, last Friday night, they were down by 15 in the fourth quarter and came back and had a chance to win it late. So don't count this McMichael team out by any means. Second one is no good. And here comes Clark up the court in a hurry. He's back into the lineup for Morehead. They're going pretty deep. They played 9 or 10 players tonight as well. Broadnax now to Bryant's red. Three-pointer from the left is good, and I said it, was not. He was a little cold in the first half, but he is a tough shooter.
Great shot. Great. You're right. He's excellent shooter.
And those three-pointers, we talked about it, have changed the game. It's now a 13-point lead for Morehead. Franklin at the other end. Off the back of the rim, no good. Defensive rebound to Torrey Tucker. Up to Clark. Here they come. Clark on the wing. Stopping and popping his red, no good. And coming down with a rebound is McMichael's Robert Franklin. He's been tough here in the second half. Inside. Three-pointer on the way from Lowe is good. No, I guess they're only going to give him 2. I thought he was behind the line.
I think he was behind the line. The official just didn't see it.
Whistle has been blown, and I'm not sure exactly what happened on there.
Well, it looked as though Bryant Lowe deflected the ball and went off the backboard. I don't know why the whistle, the official blew the whistle, because that should have been a live ball.
That's what I thought too, but hey, gives a chance for some substitutions to come in, so what the heck. Inbounds pass to Blackstock, hits the tough 18-footer, and it's back to a 13-point lead at 72-59.
Again, a design play, Bryant, just to get the ball to the guy on the wing, and he takes the shot.
Rashad Wall way out front for McMichael. He is going to be a good player. He played great last Friday. He's played pretty well tonight. Bryant Lowe has the ball knocked out of his hands. Almost a great save by Mike Jumper, and he comes rolling in right here in front of us.
You won't hurt him. He's a football player.
Almost knocked the table down. I'm not worried about him in that situation. I'm worried about me.
You're right. You're right. I talked to an official in football that got hurt like that. One of the players ran into him.
As a matter of fact, we got a foul down here. I think it's going to be going to be called on Blackstock. But I was going to say, I was covering a Morehead JV football game earlier this fall and out there shooting some highlights on the sideline, and I got ran over. That was the first time in my life that had happened. And I tell you what, I didn't want any part of the sidelines anymore after that. Rashawn Wall is going to step to the line for a 1-and-1 with 6:08 left, trying to cut into this 13-point deficit. First one in and out, no good. And once again, Morehead has pretty much dominated the boards here in the late stages of the third and here early in the fourth. Inside to Blackstock, wide open.
You got to get back down the floor, and like you said, it's not the fact that the kids from Morehead jump any higher. They seem to jump a little quicker, and that's something you can work on. Oh, good pass.
Inside, White will go to the basket, missed it. Boy, how many rebounds is that for me tonight?
About 4 or 5.
4 or 5. All out of bounds, and with that, we're going to have a McMichael timeout. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left to go in this one. Our score, Morehead 74, McMichael 59. We'll be back with more right after this on 14 Action Sports. Welcome back to McMichael High School on this Friday night. Tell you, got to explain something to you. You're probably wondering why the cheerleaders are always coming in here. And I have to explain something to you and to the audience. I'm going to go back to Arkansas for Christmas from the 22nd of December through the 26th. So for 2 days, I have to put some stuff together that they can use for sports. And one of the things that I'm going to put together is a little cheerleader music video, so I need as many shots as cheerleaders as I can, so that's why we're doing that tonight. We appreciate the Morehead and McMichael cheerleaders helping us out in the pregame, and here tonight. We've got a steal, Desjornet to Blackstock. Blackstock double teamed, and he'll go to the line for a couple, and this really has turned around. This game has. It was close till about halfway through the third quarter, and Morehead, ever since about the 4.5-minute mark of the third quarter, has dominated this one.
You're exactly right. McMichael went cold, and Morehead and continued to get a few turnovers. And what's happening, Brian, is they are converting. They go to the foul line. They just made a bucket. Just like I said earlier, if a team turns the ball over and the other team converts, you'll be in trouble. And that's what's happening to McMichael.
Second free throw on the way from Blackstock is also good, and that gives Morehead a 17-point lead with 5:35 to go, and 76-59. Remember, McMichael led this by 2 at the break. On the other end, Welker, 12-footer, no good. White with another rebound, and he put it up and in, and he's played a good game tonight.
Excellent game by Jason.
On the other end, Bonds to jumper. Long three-pointer, short, no good. Rebound to Robert Franklin. Franklin brings it up in a hurry. Stops, no call. And we've got a steal on the other end, just tips it ahead. Tucker didn't get it, but he got fouled going to the line. That is a smart play there on this end by Morehead. I didn't catch the number. I think it might have been Bonds, but he knew he couldn't pick it up, so instead of that, he
tipped the ball.
Yeah, tipped it ahead, rolled it ahead basically to Tucker. Tucker picked it up, went to the basket.
Exactly right. Substitution for McMichael, Lamont Franklin. Robert looks a little tired. He's played an outstanding game, but a lot of minutes.
I was just going to say down here, that very easily, if the player would have tried to pick it up, would either have lost it or may have gotten called for a travel, and instead of a turnover, you're at the line for 2. So that's a good, smart play by Morehead.
You're right, and Morehead's guys, like I said, the pressure is still on. It's 5:05. They haven't stopped the entire game, and they want a running game, and that's exactly what we're looking at.
It's kind of strange. 76-61. That was the score last Friday night in the fourth quarter when McMichael made their run. It was 76-61. We'll see if that, history repeats itself. That free throw is good. It makes it 77-61 with 5:05 left, a 16-point lead. And Tucker will have a second one. Free throw is on the way. Nothing but net. Boy, they have been excellent from the line here in the second half.
They improved their free throw shooting in the second half. Half-court trap.
and that really has been effective for them here in the fourth quarter. Low, shot, missed it, put it back up off the glass. That's a good shot by Brian
Good
Lowe.
athletic move by Brian Lowe.
On the other end, it's Red, and Red gets the foul called on Brian Lowe. If we were playing pro basketball, that would have been a charge. I don't know if you saw him, but he did
I said he used that hand. I was getting ready to mention that. It looked as though he pushed off with that left hand.
And in the NBA, he would have got called, but didn't get it here, and he'll go to the line for 1 and 1. 4:46 left, and it's 78-63. Morehead is in the lead. Good shot there, Bryant Red.